Auzubillahiminash-shaitanir-rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am your science teacher, Miss Noinbek. I hope all students will be fine and doing great by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today we will learn about our topic soil. Now I will discuss with you that what is soil. As we can see in this picture, that the soil is the outer layer of the crust of the earth. It is a mixture of small pieces of rock, air, minerals, salts, water, humus and microbes. Now I will discuss with you about the components of soil. As I discussed before, that soil is a mixture of different components and which are helpful to make a soil fertile, like rocks and stones, minerals, air, water, microbes, humus, living organism. And every component is very important to form a soil. First I will tell you about what are the function of rocks and stones. Rocks and stones hold the roots of plants firmly to the ground, and air and water are present in the space between the soil particles. Air provides oxygen for the roots of plants and for other organisms living in the soil. Plants absorb water and mineral salts from the soil through their roots. Microbes or microorganisms break down the dead plants and animal to form humus. As we can see in this picture, that humus consists of the dead and decaying remains of plants. It helps to keep the soil in good condition for the healthy growth of plants. And earthworms, as we can see in this picture, that earthworms and some insects make holes in the soil which allow air to pass through, and their activity also helps in mixing the layers of soil. And minerals are also helpful to make the soil fertile. Now I will tell you that how is the formation of soil occurred, like the action of wind, temperature changes, chemicals and water breaks the surface of rocks into tiny grains, or grains means particles, by a process called weathering. Through this process the soil is formed, and it is continuous process in action for millions of years. As we can see in this picture, that tells about how the formation of soil is occurred or happened. Now I will teach you about the types of soil in detail. First I will teach you about clay soil. Clay soil, also called heavy soil, and because it is made up of tiny particles which stick to each other. It has a lot of water, and because of there are very few air spaces, water is trapped between the particles, and it has a very little air, and it has also a large amount of minerals. But because of sticky soil, plants and animals cannot live in such soil because they cannot breathe in it. After clay soil I will tell you about sandy soil. Sandy soil is also called hungry soil, and this soil is made up of bigger particles which have large spaces between them, so water and air can freely circulate in them. Water drains very easily, very quickly from it, and takes away most of the minerals with it. Therefore this type of soil is called hungry soil. Plants and animals cannot live in such soil because there is a lot of air, but it lacks the minerals and water essential for their healthy growth. And now I will tell you about the best soil which is helpful for growing of plants and animals. Loam is the mixture of large and small particles as well as a lot of minerals due to the presence of humus. As I will discuss that what do you mean by humus. Humus consists of a dead and decaying remains of plants that helps to keep the soil in good condition for the healthy growth of plants. And loam is considered as the best type of soil for the healthy growth of plants because it contains air, water, and minerals all. Now I will discuss with you about humus in detail. Humus, as we can see in this picture, that consists of dead and decaying remains of plants, and it helps to keep the soil in good condition for the healthy growth of plants. It binds large particles of sand so they are not easily blown away by wind or washed away by flowing water. It helps to loosen up small clay particles so that the water present between them is drained away and more air can circulate. It releases important minerals in the soil which are needed by plants for their healthy growth. Now I will discuss with you about the two most important layers of soil. One is topsoil and another is subsoil. Topsoil is the most important soil which is fertile layer of the soil which is dark and brown due to the presence of humus. As you can see in this picture that there is a lot of rich minerals and many plants and animals can live in it. But below the topsoil there is a subsoil which is lighter in color, as you can see in this picture, and it contains no humus and very few organisms can live in it. Some plants roots extend deep into the soil, not all. Now I will discuss with you that what do you mean by soil erosion? Soil erosion is actually the removal of the best and fertile top layer of soil and what are the factors behind this soil erosion? When the plants are cut down, as we can see in this picture, or burnt or eaten by animals, then the soil erosion is made and the land becomes bare, as we can see, and that top layer of soil can be easily worn away by rainwater or blown by wind. No plants can grow in the remaining soil because of its bareness. Now I will tell you about the importance of fertilizers. And there are two types of fertilizers: organic fertilizers and inorganic fertilizers. What are the function or uses of fertilizers? Plants use fertilizers as their important food substance. They absorb these minerals from the soil through their roots. As these minerals are used up, more must be added to the soil to replace them, and this is done by applying chemical substances which is called fertilizers and which contain minerals necessary for the healthy growth of plants. Now I will tell you about organic fertilizers in detail. Organic fertilizer consists of animal waste like manure and organic compost like non-recyclable paper, yard waste, food waste, and bones and dried blood. These are organic fertilizers because they are made from the bodies of living organism, and these living organism substances have to be broken down by the actions of microbes. Microbes means microorganism to release important minerals that plants used as their food and present in these for organic fertilizers, so they act slowly. But if we talk about inorganic fertilizers which are not naturally made, it is chemically made or produced through factories, and they are soluble in water, as we can see in this picture. That is like urea fertilizer, which is inorganic fertilizers, and there are a lot of examples of inorganic fertilizers which are produced from factories, and they are soluble in water so plants can use them immediately. But what is and one is the drawback of these fertilizers, inorganic fertilizers, that it or they can prove very harmful if they are used for a long time in large quantities. Your assignment will be provided in a form of PDF. Allah Hafiz.